Okay.
Hey everyone, this is Corinne Lafont, your favorite and only radio host from the Caribbean and on Between the Lines, broadcasting to you from Trinidad and Tobago, the lovely island in the Caribbean. Today is a bit overcast, but it's still beautiful. Yeah, it's still beautiful. I'm sure the rest of the day is going to be sunny and bright, but no matter what, I am thankful. And I'm thankful to see a beautiful day and another day. And I have with me just as beautiful Jackie Phillips. It's Jacqueline, the full name, but Jackie for short. And I'm sure you're going to be seeing her in a little while. Of course, you know that I'm dealing with my flu and cough, so I'm not going to show myself today, and I'm going to mute myself in between so that I don't interrupt her when she speaks with my cough. So I have with me Jackie Phillips, and she is going to be talking about reset, release, retake. And you're going to understand why in a bit, why we are talking about reset, release, and retake. I added release and retake to reset, and you will understand why in a minute. So let me tell you a bit about Jackie, just to share a little bit. Jackie is a TV and radio host, celebrity makeup artist. Clearly, she needs to do my makeup. Executive producer, public speaker, #1 Amazon best-selling author and entrepreneur. Jackie's radio show Reset debuted in January 2017, not too long ago. Along with her new book of the same title, she is also involved in prison ministry. Very good, helping those in prison reset their lives. Jackie's mission in life is to inspire others to aspire to be their best selves. She and I share that in common. As a certified life coach, she encourages others to break the shackles in their lives so they can live their unique divine purpose. Beautiful. Let me just do one thing here. I am going to disconnect because I'm seeing some notifications showing up on my screen, which I don't want when I start recording the video. So here I am. I'm going to be showing my screen here of her website. Let me see if I can grab that. Are you seeing that, Jackie?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. And you see, her picture and her live looks just the same. She's just as beautiful. So, oh my goodness. So here we are. We're going to be talking about reset, release, and retake. Now, Jackie, why do we need to reset our lives? Why do we need to release and do a retake? As they say in Jamaica, where I've been living for 21 years, wheel and come again. What is it?
Well, first of all, Corinne, thank you so much for having me on your show. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm sorry you're not feeling so well, but you sound amazing.
Thank you.
Well, it's important to reset your life because you want to have the ability to live your life to the fullest, and you want to be able to share the gifts with the world and live in your unique divine purpose that God gave you.
Right.
And when you have all those blocks and things standing in your way, and you have negativity around you and stress on you, and you're just not at your best, you're not going to be able to live your unique divine purpose. You're going to be really distracted, lethargic, depressed, all those things, and they get in the way of our success and our joy.
Right. That's right.
So that's why you want to reset.
Now, you have had a journey in your life leading you to where you are now. I've read a bit about it, but I don't want to do any spoilers. So I want you to share with the audience and those who will be listening to this, what has happened to you leading up to this point that you are passionate about helping people to be their best selves, to reset, to release, and to retake. What has happened in your life that has allowed you to look at where you are and look at where you're going?
My life looked very amazing on the outside, and it was slowly crumbling on the inside, and then it became spiraling out of control.
Wow.
I owned businesses. I was in a relationship, a very long-term relationship. I had a really great career going. I was traveling the world. the businesses started to really become a burden instead of a blessing.
Wow.
And that's one thing I talk a lot about is know when to break up with your business before it breaks up with you.
Whoa.
And all those things started to become such burdens. And I really started to gain what I talk about a lot is spiritual weight, because everything was just weighing on my spirit, weighing on my soul. Wow. I was on this hamster wheel of keeping everything moving. So the finances became so impossible. So no matter how much I made, it was never enough. And we were making a lot, you know. And what happened was we moved locations, and all that we worked for was like gone in a minute, because those partners that we, you know, joined, they ended up going bankrupt.
Whoa.
And then in turn, you know, not too long after, you know, we had old business debt. We had to bankrupt the business. It took me 3 years to make that decision. Whoa. But I made a lot of bad decisions through the years. And I'd say the biggest decision I made, and that's why I say break up with your business before it breaks up with you, is I signed a lot of things personally because I had the income, I had the personal income to do so. So even though I bankrupted the business, I had personal debt that was business debt, but it was, you know, separated. And so I had to pay all that off.
Yeah.
And it was really traumatic. And in those years, I really gave up everything to get everything, meaning I wanted my freedom back. I wanted my life back. I wanted to be happy. I gained over 40 pounds of weight. I'd never been heavy in my life. I was so unhappy that I really often thought maybe if I could, I'd be better off not here than here. You know, you have those thoughts. I mean, that everybody does. And then I thought, well, you know, I'm Catholic, I'm Christian. So I thought, obviously that's not, you know, in my belief system.
To do. Yes.
And I would never do that. But I would think like, well, maybe if I could have a long sleep and I could wake up and this would have just been a nightmare. And there were other things too, you know, I'd been in a relationship a long time. It wasn't turning into the marriage I'd hoped for. I realized that we shouldn't be married, and he did too. And we're still friends.
Yeah.
But, you know, you give your youth to that person, those years. Yeah. And you wake up one day and you're like in your 30s, now everything you worked for is gone. Yeah. And you know, those were those crucial years of all your friends getting married. They're all starting families. Well, my baby was my business.
Yeah.
So now I didn't have that. And I remember waking up one day and thinking, this is my first day off. It was like a weekend when we had closed the location. And I thought, I've never been off in I don't know how long. Like, I don't know the last time, you know, I had a day off on a weekend, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So it was like, I had to reclaim my life.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult. You know, I moved out of my apartment that I own. I got a tenant. I moved in with a friend. Like, I had to figure out what could I do to create income for myself that I didn't have anymore because of that business, to pay off the debt from that business and maintain my life and start over. Yeah. So it took a long time. And the first thing I did is before I did any of that other stuff, my first thing of business for my reset was my health. I needed to recapture my health because I'd always been an athlete, and I knew if I got my body back, I'd get my mind back.
That's right.
And then all the things would fall off that I needed. And that meant people too. And I didn't mean I needed to look like the 22-year-old girl that did some modeling and all that stuff. I needed to just like be strong and like ready to like attack all that was ahead of me. Yeah. And then I did get in, you know, really good shape. And then I started attacking the things. And then that, you know, then I moved out. Then I got a tenant. You know, all those things one by one, paid off debt. Yeah. It took a lot of years and a lot of pain, and you have to face things. And, you know, it's embarrassing when you have to fail at something or something's taken from you. It's still a failure.
Yes.
And you have to be accountable for it. You know, I had a lot to do with that. I made those decisions.
Yeah.
I knew better, did it anyway. Sometimes optimism can be your biggest enemy because it blinds you. So we have to be mindful and listen to, you know, as I am this age now, you know, I'm a little older now and I've been through a lot. I have a different sense of discernment, but I realize all of it was God allowing me to get closer to him. He had been seeking me. I'd always had a relationship.
Yeah.
No, I never had a relationship. I always had faith.
Yeah.
Now I have a relationship.
Beautiful.
It's a different world.
It's
so
a big
that
difference. Yes.
what happened.
Oh my God. I am listening to you, Jackie, and I love you more and more. I I am Catholic. Yes, I am Catholic as well. So we have that again in common. So I can relate, and I do understand when you say you had faith. You know, because we are trained to believe that. We grow up in that sort of home and environment. But a relationship, yeah, but a relationship is a different matter. That's taking it up a notch. That's another level. And when you hit the relationship, it's like everything opens up for you. I listen to you and I'm saying to myself, because I have to think like the listening audience, and I'm saying, anybody listening to you, I mean, hey, beautiful girl, everything is going on for you, money flowing, you know, you're traveling the world, you got everything. What do you mean? What do you mean about you didn't have a life, you weren't happy? Because, you know, most people are caught up in the materialistic things of the money, the travel, you know, the status, the whatever. And so, you know, you wonder what really is more important. And when you realize that that is consuming you, a lot of people are not really happy. There are a lot of rich people, wealthy rich people that are not happy. And if you were to sit down with them, most of them, they would say they would give up all of this just to have a basic life. You know,
or to have love.
Yes, yes, because life is much more than that. Life is much more than just running down the money and all of that. While the money is convenient to get you the things, it's a means to an end. Yes, you need money to take care of your health, take care of your family. Yes, pay the bills, but you want to be happy. There's something about being happy that money just cannot buy. And so you going through the relationship issues, the bankruptcy where you have to bankrupt your business, separate yourself, cut it off before it cuts you off, you know, drown you, take you into the abyss. You know, you have to cut yourself off. And I want to ask you, what was some of the symptoms, the signs that came to you that you because you had to be, in order for you to recognize that, there must have been a point of questioning, a point of consciousness, a point of awareness that allowed you to realize something isn't right. I am doing all of this, I'm the hamster on the wheel, and something isn't right. Because there are people who are currently in the position that you were in, and they're still doing the hamster thing. And they're not aware, they're not conscious. And it's like they're living for everybody else, and they're not questioning. They're not doing that evaluation, that whole spiritual connection for them to realize that something is off here. I'm not feeling this anymore, and to cut it off. What were some of the signs, symptoms, things that hit you that made you realize this cannot continue?
Well, so many things. You know, I always had felt that even in the beginning, we had like this really big space that I felt was unnecessary. And through the years, you know, because that's a lot of overhead you're paying to be in a place like that. And I noticed pretty quickly, I mean, just because of what I did for a living, all my stuff's always on location. I'm either in a studio, on a set, you know, in a hotel sometimes, you know. And I realized that the biggest income from our business became the wedding business, which was all on location. So other than we had a lot of airbrush tanning, I thought, why do we need all this room for what, you know? And then I noticed when we moved locations, I was more excited about moving locations because I was able to get rid of that overhead.
Mm-hmm.
And the other things were like running out of money monthly, and using your credit line to pay for things, getting another credit card.
Oh my.
Just every time I would make a decision, I didn't want to make the decision, but I felt like I was kind of in a corner and had to make the decision to keep the business going.
Yeah.
But I always felt it in my spirit not to do things. But I did it anyway. And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like once you do go through things, you learn how to say no. You learn when to end things.
Mm-hmm.
You learn what's good for you and what isn't good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there were just so many red flags through those years, and I just didn't listen to them until they hit me over the head.
Wow.
And it's a long, I think the reason I really want to continue to share my story is, when we're young, we're so optimistic, and we don't believe that it'll happen to us, and that everything's going to work out and it's going to be magical and perfect.
Yeah, we're made out of rubber. We're superheroes, right?
Yeah, and the problem is there becomes a part of our life that if these things do happen, it takes years to recover from them. Like you don't just dig yourself out of a hole in a month or 3 months. It's years. Yeah. And so instead of someone having to deal with years of consequences, I want them to really evaluate what's going on in their life and have discernment and, be honest with themselves if they should make that decision or not make that decision. Clearly, some things do work out for people, which is amazing. And I do believe that we're all supposed to go through certain lessons because God is preparing us for what we're doing. So like in that instance, I never in a million years ever planned on writing a book. I would maybe like say I was going to at times, but like I didn't mean it. It was just like talk, throwing something out there. And seriously. But I'd always been a writer. Like I was writing columns, like beauty columns. I was column out west. So I did have it in me to write, But if all this hadn't happened, I would have never started Stars Behind the Stars. I would have never written Reset. I would never have written my children's series, The Adventures of Sashi and Bello. And I would never have a radio show. Wow. So I wouldn't have any of the friends I have now who've totally changed my life.
Nice.
And excuse me.
Did you just catch my flu and cough? No.
I was going to say I catch your cough and a sip of water.
Yeah.
But so I do believe that all our trials and tribulations, God does make good of them, and He uses everything in us. Yeah. But it would be nice not to had to have gone through all of them.
But it made you who you are. It made you who you are now. You had to go through that. That's just your challenges. You had to go through that because, as you said, you would not have had the book, the different books, your children's book, your Stars Behind the Stars. You would not. I
would have none of it. And so it is a blessing. So so that was why I really do love doing prison ministry, because we can turn our pain to purpose.
Of course.
And we can turn our burdens to blessings.
Oh, yes.
And when we share them, then they do become blessings because someone else learns from it and they're touched by it, and it just shifts. Even if it just shifts your perspective.
That's right.
And helps you maybe look at some different decisions. Like we can make a decision just like we can choose from the buffet of different food to eat. But we don't look at it that way. We just think like, oh, we got to do this because someone told us to do this and we're supposed to do this. And I'm a daughter, so I have to do this or whatever. And that's not really true. It's your life. You need to make good decisions. And I always make loving decisions.
That's right.
But sometimes those loving decisions have to be for yourself.
That's right.
And it should be for yourself, because you're the one that's going to pay the price if you don't look out for yourself.
That's right. What I want to do now is that, as you can see, I have your trailer here for your book. I want to feature that a bit and then just go through your website so that people can be familiar with it. And if they need to contact you, they can. So give me just a second. Let me just press this play button.
Okay.
And just big up the screen. Yay! Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, why is it taking me back here? 1 second. So I'm going to go back to you. Oh, no. I'm going to go back here to Jackie. Yes, here we go. So here we do a bio. Let's go to your bio on your website. We're just doing a walkthrough of your site. And she's Superwoman. Let's see. Wonder Woman is my favorite Marvel character. Yes.
That's from Stars Behind the Stars, because we start the opening scene of me with my two little guys, Stushy and Bello, going around the globe on like a carpet. I don't know, I'm very into animation. Like, I think in pictures.
Yes.
And so a lot of times if someone's talking, I'll like see it like almost like a cartoon. So it's just, I don't know, something happened in my brain one day and it just changed.
No, that's beautiful. It's you with those long tresses. It's you.
Yes, there's like a little 8-year-old boy inside of me.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So we have your bio. Let's see your celebrity makeup. So you do celebrity makeup as well? That's
always. Yes? Yeah.
Oh, great.
That's what I do for a living forever.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's nice.
So I work with those, with different talent. Yeah. So that's my daily life.
That's your daily life. That is awesome. That is awesome. And so you're, as we mentioned before in the bio, you're a speaker and host. And let me just shift this out of the way here. So if persons were to contact you, they can do so here. Yeah, you have JackiePhillips@me.com. And so they have Skype and different options. They can call you and of course send you a message here.
Yeah.
So Jackie, so Jackie, what would you want to tell women especially? I mean, we are women, but both women and men, if they're going through a challenge right now and they want to get out of it, they're scared to get out of it because fear is the one thing that really holds us back from making that decision, and fearing a lot of things. I had a guest, I think it was earlier this week, where we talk about, just like how you mentioned, you had faith, but now you have a relationship. We're afraid of having that relationship because God asks us to do certain things that we're afraid of doing, because He will call on you. He will call on you, and we're afraid. And because we're going to be questioning, because it happened to me, we're going to be questioning, can I do it? Would I live up to His expectations? No, I don't want to say no to God, the consequences. I'm afraid. So fear is one of the biggest things that happens to us. Fear of letting go, which is why I call the episode Release, fear of letting go. If I let go of all this money, all this fame, all this status, what will people think? You have to live up to what society says, or your fake friends at the time think. It's all of that. So fear, and it comes in different shape, size, color, all sorts of things. What would you want to share with both women and men who may be going through something right now and have a fear of resetting, releasing, and doing a retake on their life right now?
Well, first of all, you have to squash that fear, because fear is false evidence appearing real.
That's right.
Fear is. And we all have fear, but I don't think it's the fear of what God will think or what God wants. I think it is that God asks us to do things way out of our comfort zone that we don't do. And then we're worried about what other people will say about us, or if we fail, what other people will say about us.
Yeah.
Because I know when I wrote the kids' books, I had someone who was a friend at the time, which I thought was a friend, who told me that I had no life direction, and what was I doing, and what was I thinking writing kids' books, that I didn't have kids, and what would I know about this?
Whoa.
I thought, well, you know, I had already gotten one out and it was on Amazon. And then like literally like 3 days after she said that to me, I was like doing a search for something, and I saw that the books were also on Barnes and Noble. And I thought, well, God must know what he's doing, because how many books do you have on Barnes and Noble?
That's right.
It's not to be like that, but it kind of is, because if God puts the desire in your heart and he makes it very clear that he wants you to do something, you gotta just do it, because that you will have those angels that come in your life that are going to get you to that desired goal that is, is intended for you.
That's
right. When I did that first kids book, I met someone when I was out one night randomly. I went to this book event that I had hurt my foot. I was supposed to be going to Las Vegas the next day for my girlfriend's birthday party, and I had to cancel because I couldn't walk.
Wow.
But I went to this party in the city because I had already committed to it. And I knew I could like take a cab, wear my Uggs, jam my foot in a high heel for red carpet, and put it in a corner somewhere. And that's literally what I did. I had 2 bags with me so I could like shove my Uggs in the other one. That evening, I met another children's author, and he got my book to market. If it wasn't for him, that book would not have gotten out in time for Christmas, because the person who was doing my book was formatting it wrong, and it was just like a hot mess. And that was a divine appointment, though. So that's my point, is there will be those people that come to help you, but I would say to your audience, if they want to have a reset, if they have desires in their heart that they want to, you know, do, don't share your dreams with everyone.
Oh my God. Say that again. Jackie, say that again.
Don't share your dreams with everyone. It's dangerous. Pick 1 or 2 people. Because when you share your dreams, A, someone could steal it. I mean, that's real. But B, you want to make sure that that dream is really in line with your unique divine purpose, first of all. And then second of all, when you're going for it, you need encouragers. You need people around you that are going to lift you up, not break you down, because people break you down. I don't even think because they don't like you or they don't love you or they're just mean. I think it's because, in my experience, because if they can't see themselves doing it, they can't see you doing it. And a lot of times people like you in your low point, but but they don't like you in your victory.
Why not? Why not, Jackie? Why not? That is that I cannot understand that.
Because they feel better about themselves, feeling like they're better than you. You know, they have low self-esteem, obviously, and they're unhappy. So they like to be around people that are just a little more unhappy than they are, so they can be fixing them. Because if they're fixing somebody, they feel like they're living a purpose. But when you don't need fixed anymore, then they have no purpose for you, right?
Okay, I see. I see. I just can't get that, because I have
people. So it's my experience, what I'm sharing. I mean, maybe it's different for everyone, but
no, but I could relate to that, because I love when my friends and people who I know, even if I don't know you, and things are happening for you, I'm like, yay. I'm happy for you. I lift you up. I share it. If it's on Facebook or whatever, I'm like super excited. You know, and it's amazing that when you don't do it with a motive to say, well, I'm going to help lift that person up so that karma could come. No, you just do it genuinely. You're happy for the person. It doesn't matter what you're going through. And what it does for me, when I lift you up, it makes me feel good inside, and it gives me hope and inspiration that if this person can do it, hey, then it is possible for me as well.
It's true. And that's one thing I've talked a lot about. Like I've spoke a lot at Christian Women in Media. I'm one of the leaders there, but I've said it several times there. And it's my girlfriend, Laura. She's one of my best friends, and her name is Laura Kosky. She's also a celebrity makeup artist. But when we first started working together, we were at this studio, a big news studio, and not everyone was very nice there, you know. So it was a little difficult for me because I'm like a small town girl at heart, you know. And she said, Jackie, there's enough for everybody. You don't ever have to be like that. What's meant for you is meant for you. And I always say that because that was like some of the best advice I've ever received. But I do believe that. I believe that what is meant for us is meant for us. And God will make sure we receive it.
That's right.
And we don't have to worry about other people. And I think that's why I've probably always had good relationships with people. Like, I don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Like, I'm a busy girl. I've got stuff going on. I can't worry about this and that, whatever. I'm happy for you. I'll help you. I'm going to cheer you on.
Yes.
I guess I just am blessed that I don't have that envy thing in me. Like, I never did. And I don't get it. And it's hurtful.
I like how you said that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Me either. I just don't get it.
I don't get it. And I think it's because people don't, you know, if you're not busy, you have nothing better to do. So you're like worried about everybody else. And I'm like, I can barely worry about myself. I'm worried about, I got to travel next week. I have my little kid. I got to get a babysitter. Like, I have 5 million things to do. And I'm like, not worried about what Joe Schmo's doing next door. And like, upset about it. I'm like,
that's right.
You know?
Clearly they're not busy enough. They don't have things to do, you know?
Oh
my goodness.
But yeah, I would say for your audience, if they need a reset and they desire a change in their life, to choose one thing that they know that they can do successfully and they'll be accountable for it. Because the only way for real change is accountability. And you have to make those steps, and you have to take action steps, and you have to live it. And then once one thing happens and you're successful at it, you'll be really excited to do more. Like, have you ever been on a diet and you lose 10 pounds and then you
you're just ready to go again and again, you know?
It becomes a cycle until you make a decision that you're not on a diet and it's a lifestyle. Then you win. But until it's a lifestyle, you're going to do this dance for the rest of your life. And it's the same with everything: relationships, finances. I have all these girlfriends, they just blow through boyfriends. Guy after guy, you know, date here, date there. And I'm just like, oh my God, how do you have time for all this? You know? But it's because they haven't done inner work either. So
you have to work on yourself. You have to work on you first before you could do anything as a team, as a couple. That's amazing. Jackie, oh my goodness, this has been a fabulous interview, a fabulous discussion. I don't even consider this an interview. I just love the the conversation. You know, it's amazing that, you know, you wonder if there are people like you out there in this world, if there are people thinking along the same lines, if there are people going through the same struggle, because at the time you're thinking, oh, it's you alone and you're carrying the world on your shoulders. But there are people going through it. And you know, like we were talking off air, you asked me why I do this show, and this is why I do the show. This is one of the reasons too, for people to know, hey, there are people out there going through what you're going through, or worse, and they have made it, and they're looking beautiful, and they're alive, and they're enjoying life, and they're telling you how they have come out of their situation to where they are now. Everything wasn't all hunky-dory and rosy and everything. They have gone through it. So it helps to motivate, educate, and more so empower persons to realize that they have it within them. And if you're a Christian or you're a follower of God, Jesus, you know, you have that spiritual backing which uplifts you, gives you the strength more so than anything else. It's not a matter of friends, family. The spiritual backing to carry you is more than anything else. You're going to make it. And the fact that you have made it, Jackie, is, you know, it's an example for a lot of other women out there, a lot of other women and men, because what's happening to women can also happen to men. It can happen to anybody. And at any age, people can reset at any age. And I want us to end the show with that. You can reset at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, any age.
My dad went through a reset and he's 73.
Oh my God. The man still has life, 73. Why don't you? Yeah, why don't you live the rest of your life, the best of your life?
I love that. And I would just say to your audience before we go is, you know, reset is always worth it.
Yeah.
And prayer changes everything.
That's
so just pray about it. Yeah. You know, I always say pause, pray, and then proceed, because prayer does change everything.
Pause, pray, and oh my God. Yeah. That's it. That's it, Jackie. We don't have to go any further. That's it. That's it. Pause, pray, and proceed. That's the best way to end this episode. I just absolutely love you, Jackie Phillips. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep praying, build that relationship, because there's no limit to that relationship with God. Keep building, keep getting closer and closer. And let me tell you, the riches are there waiting for you. The riches are there waiting for any one of us who decides to pause, pray, and proceed. Thank you so much, Jackie, for being on Between the Lines. All the best to you, to your book, to your children's books, to your show, to your prison ministry, everything that God has inspired you to do. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. And God bless you. And thank you for having me on your show. And may you continue to inspire the lives of others. So thank you.
Thank you so much.